Well, you don't have to hear me say it today because it is not a beautiful day in Florida. It is a gloomy, humid, solid 80 plus 85 degree day in Florida. So for all of you people enjoying your snow, I know you probably hate snow and you're probably sick of snow, but for me, snow sounds amazing. I've never lived anywhere where it snowed consistently. When I lived in Georgia, it would snow every once in a while, but like I saw snow like once or twice there. Anyway, rambling about the weather. But it's gloomy, so you don't have to be jealous of the Florida weather today. Just the other days in this season. And you won't be jealous when summer comes, and I'm telling you how it's like 95 degrees and humid. So I'm not gonna even film this, but I need to clean my truck out. It's messy. Like OCD about that. But today, what the plan is, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you guys. The plan is to do suspension stuff on the Miata. So when I spec'd out my BC kit for the car, I didn't plan on running drop knuckles. And I found out about the destroyer die front stuff and ended up running that as my whole angle kit. And then they came out with the rear drop knuckles, so I ended up running that. So now I have front and rear drop knuckles, and would my brakes fit? Sorry, I gotta upgrade brakes, and I still haven't figured out exactly what I want to run. Anyway, with the drop knuckles, car's too low. We already swapped out the rear shock to my old ones because I had some really long shocks in the rear of my previous kit. And that got it to the ride height we needed, but it's like maxed out to get there. I went by BC, we had like a meeting about some cool stuff we got coming up, and they had the shocks I needed in stock. So both of those should get us to the ride height range we want. We'll still have some room left over. We've also got some different spring rates. I'm gonna change it up to 9K front, 7K rear. I have some other spring options available, and these are kind of the ones I was missing. 9.7 seems like it should be a good track setup and even drift setup for the front. I'll probably go softer in the rear for drifting, just to get rear squat out of it and rear grip bias. But the fronts, what I have on there now is too stiff because the angle kit I was originally gonna run didn't have provisions for a sway bar. So I figured I wouldn't run a sway bar immediately, I'd have to build a custom one. But this kit does have sway bar provisions. So since I'm gonna run a sway bar, I need to drop the front rate down. Then the rear rate I need to go up a little bit for the track stuff because the drift spec rear spring rate is a little too soft. So we're gonna change it up, and we have other options to test around with, so that'll be fun. So anyway, I'm gonna clean my truck out, like I said, and then Ben's fist pumping. And then we're gonna do that. Also, Mr. Foms, he sent me some cool stuff. He sent me this, I got it from my P.O Box while I was in Orlando. So we're gonna pop this open and check it out. I don't even know what it is. Very excited to see. Yeah, don't worry, no need to be quiet. Just make all the noise you need. Thanks, yeah, that's great. That's just great, yep. Guy gets mysterious box. What's inside? Might shock you. A lot of bubble wrap. Mirror? Is that it? Mirror cover. Mirror cover. Made it through to the final layer. I'm gonna say, I guess I can feel it's a cheating. I already know what it is.
That's dope.
Is it a dash cover,
yeah.
Right? Oh, that is sick.
That is dope. I wish people sent stuff like that to me who ran.
Right? Oh yeah. Thank you, Mr. Foms. If you're reading this, seeing this, viewing this. This is honestly pretty sick. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously you have to pop this one off, but that honestly looks really good. It looks better than I even thought it would. Like, it looks fancy and snazzy. The only thing is, I kind of like the vintage look with the stock one, but that just looks good. But yeah, we got to pop that one off. Ben says it's tricky, so we're not gonna get into that now, but that is sick. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Okay, shocks. I guess first step of this is gonna be getting the car on the lift, getting the coilovers that are in now out so we can swap the shocks over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run that Height Vision coiloverless setup on the Miata. That's that new hotness coiloverless.
I thought they were releasing a new coilover that's just like a shock. It's not actually a shock. shock.
Yeah, no, I've wanted to do that forever. People would buy literally an
Super
adjustable
slam.
steel bar
To like matte high.
where it has no travel at all. People would buy that. Yeah, okay, coilovers are out. Very, very easy. What we normally do, since these are so long, especially with the extended top hats, we just adjust them to max, like as short as they can go, and we don't have to disassemble anything else, in my opinion. It might be a little difficult now that we're gonna be running larger shocks, because max short probably will still be too long. So reality, we probably should have taken the time to just, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I'm gonna show you guys how to swap a shock cartridge on a coilover. Oh my, it's so humid today. My polarizer is like frosty. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. All right, first step is gonna be stripping these down. So these are our old rears, which we swapped the newer top hats over to when we put them in. These are our most recent rears. So basically it's this setup with a different shock and spring. So we need to get the mount and ring stripped off of this one, the hat stripped off of this one, and these stripped down completely. So we'll take the hats off of these first.
It's the most tremendous new musical experience you can have.
Eu queria tanto viver contigo o meu futuro. Hoje não sei mais o que penso, quero, o que procuro.
So these are our new shock cartridges. These are our old ones. So as you can see, the body is longer. If you're looking at just the body, but then also if you even out the stroke, you can see that we got 10 mil more stroke. So it'll give us the ride height that we need, but it'll also have a little more stroke, which will be nice. I don't think we really need it. We'll need it when we run the super soft springs in the rear, because with the super soft springs, the car settles so much that it takes up a lot of the stroke just in the natural compression under vehicle weight. So definitely need it with the softer springs. Like look at how, this is what a 4K spring looks like. You can see how thin the coils are because it's just not very stiff. These are our new springs. They're also a little longer because with the longer stroke, if we were to run a shorter spring, the spring would coil bind, as in the coils would slam into each other before the shock bottomed out. So especially with the stiffer spring and the thicker coils. So with these springs, we went a little longer to give us a little more spring stroke to match our extended shock stroke. So I'm gonna go ahead and slam the rears together and then we'll start working on the fronts.
No domingo eu li sua carta imensa, contando tudo. Eu queria tanto viver contigo o meu futuro. Hoje não sei mais o que hoje não quero, o que procuro.
Okay, so we got both rears built. I have them set at max low because I kind of need to see where the ride height's going to end up. Since the spring is stiffer, the car is going to sit higher because it's going to compress the spring less when we set it down. So we have to put them in at max low anyway. So I'll set them at max low, set the car down, and see how it is. So now we're going to move on to the fronts. So yeah, I had spec'd these out with a 12K because I wasn't planning on running a sway bar because I couldn't. So now going all the way down to a 9, which should be a lot better in the front.
Eu queria tanto viver contigo o meu futuro. Hoje não sei mais o que penso, quero, o que procuro. No domingo eu li sua carta imensa, contando tudo. Eu queria tanto viver contigo o meu futuro. Hoje não sei mais o que penso, quero.
Okay, fronts are done. Woo! Now we just need to reinstall all of them and then figure out ride height and such. Unfortunately, the front is not going to go in the same way it came out. There's just not enough room to snake it in through the top of the control arm. So what we're going to have to do is unbolt the upper control arm, swing it back, drop the shock in, tilt it up, get it in the thing. Something along those lines. Ben's over here playing FR Legends.
Yeah, bud.
Steady addicted. Haven't played in weeks, maybe months.
I took like a couple weeks off. I just started playing like a couple days ago.
There's a beetle coming for you. He's coming for you. Oh, he turned around. He got scared, dude. He got scared. Don't worry. He's running away. He was scared. This dude's like neochrome. You guys see that? There's not enough light on him. And he's, oh my god, that's animal abuse, dude.
It's a freaking beetle.
I'm reporting you.
Or a roach.
I'm calling the police. Side number 1 is in, but on this side, I ran my oil cooler lines through the sway bar bracket, keep them out of the way, but that means you can't take the bolt out of the upper control arm.
It's pretty sick.
So we gotta undo the ball joint, which is great. Smart Taylor strikes again, plan ahead, Ben loves to sin.
I can't sing because then you embarrass me.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna finish putting this one in. We still need to put the freaking soy bar on. We gotta go to Publix. Ben's so hyped about Publix.
The only reason I'm helping.
I was gonna say, it's the only reason he's helping, so we can go to freaking Publix. Hell yeah.
And ice cream.
Yeah, need ice cream.
You can have.
Eu queria tanto viver contigo no meu futuro. Hoje não sei mais o que penso, quero, o que procuro.
All right, so the rear is a little higher than expected. The spring rate change made a significant difference, but it should settle down about where we want it to be, which is like ½ inch or so above the tire. It's like 1.5 inches now, maybe 2 inches. Front is slim because it's the inverse. So we went up in spring rate in the rear, we went down in spring rate in the front, and the shock was set shorter. So we need to raise the front a considerable amount, 1.5 inches or so. That way when it settles down, it should be a little over, like about 1 inch or so over the tire. That's the plan, Stanley. So we still gotta install the front sway bar, but after we adjust ride height, we need to go to Publix. Ben's itching.
They close at 8, dude.
I can feel his presence of needing to go to Publix just seething into the back of my neck. I can feel his anxiousness.
I'm out of Klondike bars.
All right, back to work on the Miata. Gonna throw a front sway bar on it. Ben's over here being a wiring god. Just look at it. Just look at it. Do you guys see how beautiful that is?
It's nice.
I'm gonna pay Ben to rewire my car because it's just terrible in comparison.
And?
I'm just letting them know I'm gonna pay you to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anyway. What I'm concerned about is the sway bar limiting angle in the factory location. So Ben has a collection of sway bars here. So yeah, we're gonna try some of these on and kind of figure out how they fit.
Eu queria tanto viver contigo no meu futuro. Hoje não sei mais o que penso, quero, o que procuro.
This is mainly just proof of concept, making sure the sway bar is gonna work and fit and all that good stuff. So Ben's putting the driver's side one on now, but all in all, it doesn't really limit angle or anything. I mean, the tires stop right at the sway bar. Like it literally hits the sway bar at full lock. So space the wheel out 5 more mil, go with a narrower wheel. There's a lot of options there. It's definitely gonna hook less on the 7K rear spring, like 100%. The super soft 4K was a hook monster, which is what we want for drifting. We want the car to have as much grip as possible, you know, so we can run less tire and have more grip, if that makes sense. So we can get away with running cheaper tires and still having the car be fast enough to keep up. So anyway, that's pretty much the gist of that. Yeah, we're gonna go for a drive, see how it is. Power steering. We're rolling Yeah.
You can't really like push.
No, like I'm like driving at like 50%. But well, the car handled really well. That was my first time like really ripping on it other than straight line stuff, and it felt really good. It's definitely a monster truck. Got the rear at max low with those big shocks, and it's still got 2 fingers of gap. But like I said, when we switch back to the 4K in the rear for drifting, it'll settle down a good bit more than that, and it'll probably be like right about where we want it. But yeah, all in all, it felt really good. The only thing really lacking is the brakes. Like it handles well. The no power steering was kind of rough just because like turning into the turn, I had to put a lot of effort into like actually turning, and it was kind of distracting. So I definitely want to get the power steering done before I even do anything with it, really. I ordered the fittings from like Jags, and then they emailed me like 2 weeks later, and they're like, oh, they're back ordered. It's going to be like a month. So I ordered them from Summit, different brand, same thing happened. Then I ordered them on eBay. They shipped out, and now the tracking's like, they're going to be later than expected. We don't know where they are, but they're coming. So that's been my life with the power steering. It's been like 2 months of me waiting on power steering fittings. And it's not even the hard fittings. It's the simple 90-degree PTFE fittings. Anyway, what else? I mean, that's about it. Probably have to run different wheels to run 225s, and I want to do the brakes, which I'm about to order, but I'll probably have to change the wheels to fit the brakes anyway. So we might have to say bye-bye to these wheels, which I think will make some of you very happy. But I mean, once I get the kit on and stuff, like Ben said, this wheel style won't really fit the theme of the car. So it'll be okay. I'm not mad about getting rid of them. I just got to figure out kind of what I want to replace them. I still want something cool and something legit and something unique, I guess, kind of. I don't know. At least for like one set of wheels. So, okay. I'll stop rambling now. That's going to be it for this video. Car seems decent. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys next time when we go pick up a truck. Very sick truck. Be excited. Watch the video. Okay, bye.